Perfect. So, welcome, Stanley. Welcome to the GSEA podcast. And for
Thank you.
those who are listening, let me introduce Stanley to you. Stanley is from Kenya, the winner for the Kenya local chapter GSEA competition in 2022, and also the winner for the MEPA region. And not only that, he went to the global, his whole entrepreneur journey was recorded in the series, which is Step It Up series, as well as he also won the Global Social Impact Award. And we are here to listen to Stanley and his journey. So, Stanley, maybe we start with telling students who are thinking about this journey. How did you start? How did the process of getting into GSEA start? How did the process of becoming an entrepreneur start for you?
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the question. So definitely start with how the journey to applying GSEA started. And it was back in 2022. That's when I applied in around October, November. So I had a friend of mine who just shared to me a link, just telling me that, you're an entrepreneur, you will run your own business. So why not try and tell your story to other people and see where that can lead me. So I think as young people we do receive so many links, especially in university actually. So and some of those links are homeworks, assignments. And so initially at first I just saw the link and gave it a slide, but then later on I went into the link and I filled in everything, and especially the part of submitting the video. I think that really challenged me because I found it as a very exciting moment to share my story now to everyone, because I had never done that before. And I got in, and that's how I applied for my GSEA.
All right. And after the application, how did it happen? As in, did you have doubts on whether this will go through? Why did you apply? What was it that went into your head?
So I think this entire GSEA actually has been like a miracle, because prior to that, I had never pitched before. Mm-hmm. So even when I received the email that I would go now and start pitching my business, I really took it as a miracle coming to life, because it's like how you plant a seed and then you try and water it. So it just came out really healthy, and I was excited. Now, in terms of pitching, that is where the real music started. Because I can remember my first pitch, I literally just used Google and YouTube trying to know how people pitch. And it was really bad, to be sincerely honest. So
Okay.
I think with just the entire, from starting, I think from my first pitching, I was really advised by the GSEA chair for Kenya. She told me what to do and what not to do, things I need to add into my pitch, even let alone the pitch, even just business acumen. So knowing how to believe in myself, because I think that was one really big struggle I was facing at the moment. I just didn't, I had the business, yes, and it was generating revenue, but I didn't have the self-confidence to share my story out here. So she really encouraged me and even paired me with a very good mentor who also told me to encourage myself. And I think now pitching became smoother from the journey working with them.
Okay, so that will be interesting. In fact, as we speak, there are many students across the globe who are preparing to make their pitches, to get into the competition, be ready for it. What would be your few tips to them?
My first tip, I'd definitely tell everyone to literally throw themselves into the deep end, into the swimming pool. By that, I mean, it's actually one of EO's values, thinking big and being bold. So just despite how scary maybe it might be, things can actually go really well, especially if you work with the mentors and you listen to every advice they give you, and then you just be as honest as possible. Because I think one highlight that I got from my session in GSEA is that I just came as an honest person telling my entrepreneurial story. So I think that honesty and that just wanting more, like being bold and just sharing your true self is very important.
So that's great. That's you're saying first, the fact that you took that step, being bold comes out to be a big storyline for you. Being bold, being honest, and being out there and sharing your story. And then
Yeah.
the system allowed you, the system supported you. That's what you're saying, right? Because you got the mentors and you were able to get that confidence to be able to get to the next step and the next step.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. That's
Yeah.
fantastic, Stanley. And how has it been since then? You got the awards, and your award was a cash award.
Yes, it was a cash award.
Fantastic. Tell us a
So
little about it. Tell us what the award was, what did you win, and how did you use it?
yeah, okay. So in general, I received around close to around 8,000 USD.
Hmm.
And so with these resources, first when I reached Kenya, definitely I had to walk back with my mentor. He's been very instrumental in all this because I went to him and told him the truth that I have this money and I really want him to help me plan going forward, you know. So he told me first that I shouldn't be afraid to use the money because I think that's one thing that I was very afraid of, to maybe use the money and then I not get it back, you know. So I was really hesitant in using the money and then it goes away. But he really emphasized on the fact that, you see, for business to grow, I really need to invest also on the same business, regardless of how I feel the money that will be used. It's better taking that risk rather than having it all there. So I think that really helped me a lot because we sat down. He even gave me some good experience in terms of how I can plan my business, how I can set accountability, and he always till date checks up on me and just to ensure that I'm doing well. So I think post now the awards, it's been more of really business planning, also a lot of personal growth on my end because I think to run a business, yes, it really requires a lot of planning and also planning for your own self. So this year, I've also really tried to work on my presentability, my talking, you know. So it's I think more than anything, post the award, it's been really working with my mentor and a lot of planning.
And where has Stanley come from where he started to where he is today?
Mhm.
Tell us what has changed in you.
I think what has really changed in me is that I have really believed in myself that I am an entrepreneur more than anything else. So regardless of the challenges that I might face maybe in the world or in the business side, I definitely do believe that I am more than resilient to tackle the challenges. I think that is one thing that has really changed. And then secondly, also just knowing that working together is actually very important. And I think that's also one thing that EO really emphasizes on, just creating an ecosystem, even if it's with your competitors, you can actually grow together, you know? So I also think that I've changed my mindset to be more of collaborative than even myself and the perfectionist world of thinking I can do it best by myself and just working together with everyone.
Amazing. These are, Stanley, what a beautiful journey to have learned these lessons, which many entrepreneurs take years and years to learn. The collaboration, the belief in your own self, and to be able to use your resources, without really thinking and being scared about it and investing it
Yeah.
back. What a beautiful journey in the less than a year and a half. You've crossed so many hurdles, had so many successes. Amazing. So
Yeah.
just, while the children who are the student entrepreneurs who are currently in that whole mindset, what would be your leaving thoughts with them while you've given them the messages about just the GSEA competition? What would be your thoughts for them? If I was a student listening to you, I really am nervous today, right? I'm not sure where I'm going. What would you say?
I'd tell them that we are all in this earth to shine first. So more than anything, they need to really believe that they are here to shine and just they need to go out there and tell their story as it is. they don't even need to sugarcoat or lie about anything. It's just, and actually that is very important, because when you're true to what you're saying, you're even true to your own self. So that actually leads to a lot of growth rather than lying it or faking it. So what I'd tell the student entrepreneurs is that they are here to shine, and they're here to really excel. So they need to just be bold and take the leap of faith,
All right. Awesome. I think with that leap of faith, we thank you. Thank you a lot from all of us at EO and GSEA. And we wish the best for all the students who are walking the shoes of Stanley. And big shoes they are, yes, but encouraging shoes too. So let's hope to see more and more of the success stories like yours. May you also spread the
Thank you.
same across. Best wishes, Stanley.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Awesome.